Let me cut to you.
Let me make sure my audio's all good.
Okay. Was that the intro?
No, this is just me testing my audio.
Okay.
Oh, I actually spilled water everywhere. Oh, shit.
I'm sorry, Sam, but I have to leave that in. I don't want to leave that in, but I think I got it.
How did all of it spill literally everywhere? Oh, no. Oh, God. Oh. Oh. Bro. Oh, where's it dripping?
Oh, no.
Oh, not into my 4090! Ah! 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 Oh, wait, I f***ing forgot Jon is here. Oh, on my AirPods! Was it at least recording?
Yeah. Sure was.
How are you, man?
I'm good. How are you? Is that the intro?
Great. I was great until about 28 seconds ago.
Is that the intro then?
I guess that is the intro.
Oh my God, Sam. What have you done?
I don't even know.
I mean, it was your intro this week, to be fair, you know?
Well, and look, there's still some water for me to drink. Woo!
Yay. Wait, you put your AirPods on. Are there just like puddles of water inside of them?
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. Okay.
Hey guys, we apologize for what you just saw. Everything is actually fine. My $4,000 PC is definitely not shorting out as we speak. And everything is I'm great. Hey man, how are you?
Embarrassed.
Why are you embarrassed?
I'm embarrassed to be your friend, to do this show with you. Like,
dude,
how did you manage? Right when we were starting the show, you spilled your whole glass of water.
But it's like everywhere.
Yeah, dog.
I don't.
The screams of despair were my favorite.
Those were real screams too. I'm actually sad. Surely there's some good news. Surely Twitter's still called Twitter, right?
Yeah.
At least I have that.
Nothing's changed.
Surely.
It's all the same. Oh my God,
let me go ahead and check and just make sure my favorite social network. What is X?
What is
X?
What is X? Yeah. Uh-oh. Marquez is uploading. Wonder what that's going to be about.
Oh no.
Okay, Sam, we got some news this week at least. So there's that. I hope that you're doing okay.
Dude, we're falling apart quick. We Titanic subbed our way.
Hang on. Let's start over.
Hey guys, welcome back to Genius Bar. It's the best Apple show.
That's the intro that you got. That's the intro you came up with?
Well, we've had a rough start.
No.
Great start.
No one knows anything. It's been fine.
I'm currently getting trench foot from my carpet turning into a swamp.
Welcome to the number one, not the number two, not the number three, the number one Apple podcast in the world. We have some news this week that is better than the week prior. So, that's cool.
Well, last week I feel like was good.
You think so?
The week prior was the bad one.
Yeah, the week prior was pretty bad. But you know what happened? On Twitter, before it was X, before it became X, it was Twitter. And on Twitter, there was a little bit of a debacle a few weeks ago. I don't know if you remember. But I have a little clip to present you with, okay? Is that fine? Are you okay with that?
Is this pro or anti-Kohl?
It depends on how you look at it. But listen, you've had a rough start already. You've had a rough day. I want to make your day better. Are you ready?
Okay.
Okay, here we go. Weird
Go
guy
tell
right there.
Quinn Nelson to come on the show and reply to my text.
Snazzy laughs more like snazzy weird.
I miss you, Quinn. I'm sorry you don't like me because I want creators to get paid and you don't want creators to get paid.
Yeah, so you might be wondering how we got here.
I put out a tweet. I got ratioed harder than I think I've ever gotten ratioed in my Twitter career. I said, quote, if you use ad block, you don't care about creators point blank. I have never used ad block and I never will. 600 likes on my tweet, Quinn replies, interesting take. An incorrect one, but an interesting one. 3 times the amount of likes on his tweet. He explains a number of things to share his perspective. I disagree with almost all of them. He's sending off, 4 or 5 tweets. I don't have time to reply to every claim and every tweet. Like, I feel like he wanted to have the conversation on Twitter, and I was like, I want to have it in person. What is this? What are you doing?
I'm sorry, Sam.
You did not bring him.
I did.
No, you didn't. Oh my God! What? Bro, after everything that's happened
Oh
today.
my God, Sam, it's gonna be okay.
I can't.
Sam, you're fine.
No, dude.
No, Sam, you're fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Okay.
I didn't get to prepare.
No. You don't need to prepare. You should be prepared. You've had weeks.
Yeah.
Quinn's here, everybody.
Hey, guys.
This is my first time I get to get Sam.
I don't like this. Is how it feels. Always.
Yep, this is it. This is. I hope you're happy with yourself. All the times you got me have led up to this.
This is not real.
Yeah, I got your arch nemesis here.
Oh, I'm very real.
First of all, I have no. I'm not in this
Mr.
argument.
Nelson. What'd you say?
I'm not in this argument. I didn't do this.
No, don't do this. Don't just unload him on me.
I didn't do this. Listen, all I can do is facilitate, Sam. You called him out.
Bro did his 12-hour leadership course, and he's like, I can only facilitate.
You called him out publicly on our show twice.
I did.
Maybe 3 times. I just didn't feel like looking for the 3rd clip. All I did was invite him on the show and give him an opportunity to speak to you. This is exactly what you asked for.
Yeah.
Are you
I'll
happy?
respond to John, just not to you. He texted me and was like, will you please come on the show? I was like, I'm busy, and I ignored him. But then John texted me. I'm like, whoa, Prosser? Yeah, what's up, man?
Yeah, this is where I wanted to start, brother. And I will say,
I love this.
Shut the fuck up. Some of our interactions, Quinn, they've got me, as we would say, they've got me effed up. All right, because I don't know what our relationship status is. I don't know if we're friends. I don't know if we're arch nemesis. I want to be cool. I want to be friends. But then I'll send tweets asking you to come on. Not a word. Delivered. So I just want to start there, man. What's up? You want to say something? Can you stop laughing?
I just love this so much.
Be my friend,
You know what? I'm starting to think it might be
railroad
me.
you publicly online, and then when you reach out to see if it was a joke or if it was real, I just nothing.
Wow, it's almost like Sarah Dietschy's back. Sarah Dietschy did the same thing to me. Is it me? Can you just say if it's me?
Yeah, Sarah replies to me when I text her. Quinn replied to me immediately. So it's really looking like I don't want to single anybody out on the show, but it's really looking like it is you.
I mean, I come on this show to drink some water. You didn't see this part, but moments before you got here, Quinn, I spilled water everywhere.
Oh, you did that last time I was on the show. That was on purpose, though.
This wasn't on purpose.
This wasn't. Ruining my PC wasn't on my
At one point,
list
I
for
watched
today.
him pick up his AirPods Max and dump water out of them like a cup. So
Good cup, though.
Yeah, great cup. $550 cup.
I forgot my water. Oh, it's all
well, you haven't. So, what's up? What's up, bro?
I honestly don't spend that much time thinking about you. So, I don't have beef.
Well,
once a week, I'll see a tweet from you, and I'm like, oh yeah, Sam Kohl.
Yeah,
I used
dude,
to make
I did
this
the same
really
thing.
cool website called Apple Track. I'd use that all the time, and now what's it good for?
Now what's it good for? That's what happens too. I see Sam, he tweets stuff on Twitter and it just makes me very angry. And
Dude,
then I just you have to accept that there's 2 versions of Sam. There's Internet Sam, who is a liar and a cheat and a scoundrel. And then there's Sam that you want to be friends with. Unfortunately, I don't reply to either of those Sams.
Oh.
No, wait, John, for the first year of our relationship, just getting to do a show was a fight. Dude, wow, we're here.
What do you have to say, Sam?
I got a lot to say, Mr. Nelson. All right.
Why'd you bring me on?
I'm ready to
Go ahead,
I personally. Sam. Now here's how. Okay, let me just start at square one.
Oh fuck!
I was gonna have you on the show, and it was gonna be like, "Hey, man, it's really nice to have you. Let's have a nice philosophical discussion about ads and transactional value on the internet in 2023." But now I'm kind of worked already. All right, I'm a little amped, and
so does that mean
feel
you'll be better at debating than normal?
I think it means I'm going to be more fiery than normal, which is probably not good.
Yeah, even more than normal.
Yeah, which is dangerous. Even more than normal. I might be tweeting mid-rant. No, even my mom told me that about me this week. She's like, everybody thinks you're an asshole.
Damn.
And I was like, damn.
Your mom said that to you?
Yeah.
This was all a joke up until you brought that up, and now I think there might be some truth to what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Is it
right,
you?
guys.
Are you the drama?
I think I might be the drama.
Okay, Sam. Your stance on ad block. Give us all a refresher.
No, we gotta. I wanted to talk about X more. My favorite.
No. We brought him all the way here. Do you know how much work I had to do to get Quinn here? My people had to talk to his people.
He literally had to text me and say, "What's up, man?" I'm like, "Oh, you want me on the show? Let's do it."
Okay, fine.
Like
I wanted to start off. I wanted to start off light before we got at each other's necks. I'm sorry. Okay, Quinn. Right. I staunchly disagree with what you told me on the internet.
Okay.
Here's what I said. Here's what you said.
Yeah.
I said, well, here, let's read our own tweets, because this is like how I imagine the conversation in my head.
Right.
Oh, okay.
If you use ad block, you don't care about creators point blank. I've never used ad block and I never will. And then you said,
interesting.
That's
take.
where you say it.
An incorrect one, but an interesting one.
That's exactly how I heard it too, which got me wound up, because I was like, this little smartass, this little Utah looking.
How else do you think that would have been read? Interesting take, Sir Sam. Perhaps it's an incorrect one, but I appreciate your gumption in expressing it online.
Thank you. Yes. Like gumption, dude. And if there's one thing I know about, it's gumption.
Yep.
So then I'm like, whoa. Of anybody I was respecting to reply, it was not only someone I respect, content creator, legend, aficionado, Snazzy Labs, Quinn Nelson. I was like, a fellow creator disagreeing hurts my brain. Please explain, Mr. Labs. So I'm like, we're going to have a fun little convo, and Quinn's going to be like, yeah, I mean, you're mostly right, but, sometimes ads are annoying. In which I would have said, yeah, I agree. Ads can be annoying sometimes. And then we would have gone on our day, and I wouldn't have had to call you out publicly, and I wouldn't have had to go through the trauma of getting ghosted multiple times on multiple platforms, even publicly.
So you're saying, as long as I had conceded to the point you were arguing in the first place, everything would have been fine?
Absolutely.
Oh, okay. As long as you're still right, there's no problem.
Yeah.
Typical Twitter user.
No.
Sorry for the misunderstanding.
It's not about being right. It's about what's best for creators. That's what this is about.
Interesting.
Oh,
Are you a 501c? Do you run a charity?
I don't, actually.
I just saw you open up your own.
You got to level
hole,
up.
Sam.
You got to adapt to changes in the market.
Dude, okay. Don't. So then you start popping off. Read what you said back.
All right. Oh, man, this is smart. I said, ads are transactional. Historically, you've consented to viewing ads in exchange for the content that you receive. The problem is that ads began getting worse. They began interrupting your content, they slowed your page loading, and they tracked you across the entire web, monetizing your browser behaviors.
Sure. But if the option is that or $0 for a creator, it seems like a clear choice. VPNs, for example, are a way to get around tracking. And sure, ads are annoying. Everyone agrees there. But if the cost for entry is 30 seconds of my time, and I know someone can eat because of this, it's worth it. Did I just stop there? I think I forgot to say more.
Yeah.
That makes me look kind of like a
you
dweeb.
responded. I think I kept going on this thread.
Just a little bit.
Responded to
you kept going
thread.
Because, dude, you
provide you fact.
You bro, the way you did this conversation hurt my head. You're replying
in a thread.
In a bunch of different
it's all
areas.
threaded towards myself. That's how you use Twitter. That's how you use. Pardon me, X.
Quinn, to say that we're gonna have a productive conversation, it was what time was this at? This is late at night, by the way. I didn't have the gumption, dude. It's 1:20 a.m.
Oh, that's
in my time zone. Yeah, so it's like, bro, I'm not ready to like fire back. So you're just absolutely, you're R&Ring my ass. And it's like, bro, I can't reply to 5 tweets.
But
Why?
you replied to one of them.
Because that was the first one I saw. And then you sent 4 more. And I'm like, dog, I'm closing my eyes for the night.
Bro,
But
I
then
had
you-
posted 5. I had posted 5 X's by the time you responded, and you cherry picked the first one to
X's.
respond to.
No, I did not cherry pick it. I swear it was the only one I saw, bro.
Oh.
But then
So, no, let's
you
go
came
through
on
here
this
because-
you came on this show and one-sided the whole thing. You came on this show and we had to talk about ad block and all that
and you
stuff
said I was
without
missing my
Quinn.
fingers and toes, and I murdered people.
I didn't say
Slandered my
that's just a
name.
lie. I didn't say any of that. And Andrew Edwards mostly agree with me, by the way, and that's my dog. Okay.
Yeah, but I never
So-
agree with Andrew, so what?
Yeah, and also
You know
I think
what?
you're remembering that a little bit wonky, but okay.
Oh,
Dude,
shoot.
let's just start with this, right?
Okay.
So let's have a conversation about this first.
Yes, let's.
Of course, ads are transactional.
Mhm.
So what is the problem if they interrupt content?
So I guess this is where I will concede perhaps you have a point, right?
Okay.
If you are a merchant that sets the terms of a transaction and I as a customer go, nah, I'm not going to do that. You can just say, all right, well, then I'm not selling you the thing. So you could make the argument that, yeah, ads used to be okay and they didn't track your behavior and they didn't bog down your browser and they didn't use all your bandwidth and they didn't do a bunch of shady stuff. But now they do. And if you don't like that, well, then leave. Go somewhere else. Okay. I mean, sure. But the reality is that ad block has been around for a long time. It's worked for a lot of years for a lot of people. As ad block has become more prevalent, and this is again where I'll concede a point, ads have become more insidious because the reality is ads don't work very well anymore. Have you noticed the analytics in your YouTube dashboard? People are not watching ads. They're not engaging with ads. Ads just don't really work as well as they used to. And by consequence, the value of ads go down. And so the only way to keep ad value high is to track people's every move and follow them everywhere to the point where people go, that's too invasive. But there is no option. There is no alternate. I can't go to The Verge and say, I'd like to give you money. Well, actually, there is now. It's a bad example. But, you know, I can't
Wait,
go
they
to
do?
my local newspaper and say, I'd like to give you money, but I don't want to see any ads. In fact, my local newspaper charges you and then they show you ads. Especially when I'm paying for content. I'm like, So I've had ad block installed for a long time. It makes my browser work better. I don't feel like I'm being tracked everywhere around the internet. And a retort that some people will use, and it's one I fundamentally disagree with as someone who earns a living off of ads, is that people will say, well, there are tools that allow you to disable tracking. So you can disable tracking without disabling ad placement. That's true, but not really, because you are a valuable customer because of who you are, because you are tracked. And so if suddenly you have a bunch of tracking data attached to your name and they know you're a sucker and you buy stuff and you have high engagement, you as a user are a high value item. And if you turn all of that stuff off, if you go, yeah, don't follow me anymore, but I'd still like to look at ads, you're going to get a bunch of weird ads for penis enlargement because they don't have any idea who you are. And the likelihood that you're going to engage with the ad is almost zero. And so that's why the value of ads has decreased for people that use, you know, anti-ad trackers and all this stuff. And if you use Safari, do you use Safari, Sam?
I use Safari constantly.
Okay. So Safari by default disables user tracking. And so you are already screwing over creators because there isn't intra-platform user tracking like there would be if you were using Google Chrome and didn't have an ad blocker disabled. So you're still seeing ads, but the rate at which those creators are being paid for those ads is drastically lower, like an order of magnitude, tens or hundreds of times less money than if you had tracking stuff enabled. That's one of the reasons that Safari is a nice browsing experience.
Huh.
That's a very
Do you feel like
silly way to
he
look at
hates
things.
creators? Do you feel like Quinn hates
Dude,
creators?
The point is that creators need to get something.
Yeah.
And I get that sometimes ads can be annoying, but like, so further to reply to what you just said, maybe I'm just like a normal person, but like no one that's not tech online, Max Weinbach, you know, coded has ever been like, ads on the websites drive me crazy. Like I've never seen my mom using, Home and Garden website and be like, oh, it's just loading so slow. Oh my God. Like maybe a lot of younger people are starting to notice this, but like I think for a lot of people that do engage with content, those people need money. And like, it's not that bad. The tracking is different. But like as far as like you're arguing the slow page loading and interrupting content, for me, that's just like, it's just the cost right now of how things work.
But like all the ads go back to the same thing. Like every website, everyone tracking anything about you, it all goes back to Google. So it's like no matter what website you were on, they probably use Google AdSense, and the next website you're on also probably uses Google AdSense. So it's just following you around because there's only like one actually decent network for ads.
Yeah,
I mean, DoubleClick is very pervasive. But okay, so
here's an alternate scenario for you. Okay, have you ever heard of Sony BMG or Universal Records or any number of records? Yeah. Okay, so record labels in the 1990s, there's this thing that came around called the internet, and record companies had been making money for years through album sales. You'd go to the store, you'd buy a CD, and that's how you would get, your favorite. Person you found on the radio. You'd hear more than the one popular song they had. Okay. The internet comes around and this little website called Napster pops up. And suddenly it allows you to download all of this music for free. Illegally, by the way, right? Because you're stealing, but that's what was happening. For a few years there, the record industry, because they were freaked out, started like mad trying to shut all this stuff down. We got to take Napster offline. We got to stop doing this. And they succeeded initially. But as these things happen, if your experience is not a good one, your users will just find another way to steal your content. And so then came around, LimeWire and BearShare and some of the early peer-to-peer stuff, and then later torrents. And for years, there was a way to pirate music for free. And the reality is that no matter how hard record labels tried, some people were just never going to pay. But the reality is that you were getting viruses and it wasn't that convenient and it throttled your bandwidth and there was no metadata and no album art. And it was not a great experience. So when this little thing called the iPod came around and Apple opened this iTunes store, which allowed you to buy songs for 99 cents, people that had been circumventing the legal method of acquiring stuff were suddenly like, oh, this is pretty slick. $1 and I just get the song. It's just there and it's attached to my account and it stays with me and blah, blah, blah. That seems like a pretty good solution. And so people started purchasing music that way, and more and more labels over time were like, yeah, this is the way forward. And guess what? It happened again when streaming services came around. So the reality is that as soon as your business model no longer works, you have two options: survive or die. And no matter how, and this is kind of what I was trying to say, the cat is out of the bag. What are you going to do? Make ad blocking illegal? And if you do make it illegal, does that mean ad blocking is going to stop? No. Just like Napster went away because it was an American company, but piracy still existed and still continues to exist today. But if the threshold, if the bar by which you can let your viewers see content without feeling like they're the product, the more likely the majority of people are to turn away from methods that are either illegal or, as you might suggest with ad blocking, immoral. And so there are a lot of websites that I ad block, but the ones that I visit frequently, if given the option to donate, I do. And there's a lot of people that don't. But I'm telling you that the $7 to $10 that I give Mac Stories a month is way more than they would ever get from me if I left my ads on and went to their website unmonetized. And there's a lot of people that are never going to do that. But that's just the reality of the market. You either have to adapt to survive or you die. So ad blockers are here. They're not going away. They're never going to go away. And if your whole business is predicated on Google AdSense working for you, you're boned. And you've been boned for years because it keeps going down and down and down and down and down. So find a way to make money in a different way. Start a merch line. Do integrated ads into your videos. There's a lot of different options. And the reality is if you do it well, the friction that your viewers experience will be less. The experience is more positive. Your retention is better and you make more money because you cut out the middleman. So what is there to go wrong with that?
So I agree with a lot of what you're saying. In the music industry example, definitely good. They adapted. I saw where you were going. got food brain still working up here. I was like, I see what he's doing. I see the comparison. We call this an analogy where I come from. Or is it a simile?
No, you were right.
Simile is something different. Okay. Yeah, I'm still working on it. I only have my bachelor's. I'm sorry.
I never remember those either. I just say a case study, you know?
So yeah, that's great. You know, you're a big creator. I'm still like a little medium-sized crouton.
I would say I'm a medium too. I'm not big.
How many subs are you at, bro?
We're at 1.1 million. But,
dude, that's crazy.
But look at my monthly view count. It's in the toilet. So
dude, that's everybody.
So we're probably closer. We're probably closer than you bet. What are you pulling in a month?
Of views?
Yeah.
Oh, just like over 1 million at this time of the year.
So we're closer than you think.
Okay, yeah. Fair. But yeah, okay. I want to talk to you about like other friend things, but right now I'm mad at you. So I'm still mad at you. I'm still gonna argue. Okay, so let's go to your next tweet. I feel like we agree on some points. We mostly agree, I would say, up until this point. We're on the same page. So then you say, which we read in the last section, you said cats out of the bag. Banning ad blockers is not going to get people to stop watching ads. They'll just find a replacement content elsewhere. So you have to adapt and find a transaction that your viewers will agree and adhere to that provides them more value on average. I completely disagree that viewers will find replacement content for YouTube. There is no YouTube competitor.
Oh, I'm not saying to YouTube. I'm saying to you, Sam Kohl.
So they're going to go to Snazzy Labs because I have too many ads.
Yeah.
I disagree with that thesis completely.
I don't know. Look at a lot of channels that have gone super heavy on dedicated content and people just go, it's not worth this anymore. And they stop watching.
Well, isn't dedicated content, though, what you're suggesting they do as an alternative to ads?
I hate dedicated content, so I try to avoid it. I do out of necessity, but it sucks. Go look at the view count on videos that we do that are dedicated, and then look at the next 4 videos, because YouTube, despite what everyone says that works at YouTube, that they don't penalize you, bupkis, they do.
Yeah, for sure.
And so the next several videos are non-performant until you get one that kind of, pushes you back in the flow.
So that's
like
I've heard as well.
Integrations are completely different than a dedicated video. Like integrations are, that's how we survive.
And there's so much the norm. People, that's just expected now. And I'm sure that if given the option, people would be like, nah, yeah, I'd rather not see this. And if you look at the retention graph in YouTube Studio, people just skip over it. A lot of people.
Yeah, I think 33% of the people that watch Front Page Tech actually make it through the ad.
Yeah, ours is a little higher, it's about 50%, which I'm really proud of, but it's still not great. But what you'll notice in the comments, and this is because it's become normalized, and I think it is something that isn't overbearing. It's not tracking you around the internet. You can just go tap, 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 and you're through the ad. It's not that big of a deal. That most people are like, yeah, okay, well, the YouTubers got to get the bag, so I'm willing to let them do that. And pretty much on every video, at least that I've ever published, where we have an integrated ad, as long as it's not Raid Shadow Legends, nobody cares. Nobody even mentions it. And a lot of the times, they actually think it's cool, and they go and buy the thing. And guess what? That's why companies are buying ads, because they work. So I think that there is, as long as you don't abuse the product, you don't ruin the product with how you're trying to monetize it, then you're going to be fine. I do think that there is the likelihood over time that if you get too money hungry, or if you're doing too many ads, or your ads are too long, or they're boring, or they're about products that are scams, then people will just go, I'm not watching Sam anymore. I'm going to go somewhere else. And it might even get to the point where if YouTube doesn't have any monetization strategies and there is no AdSense anymore, if tomorrow YouTube's like, we're not paying creators anymore, bye-bye. And there's a bunch of, I don't know, game stream with Marquez, every video's like, hey, this is a video about a Buick because I got to pay my staff. Guess what? People are going to start leaving. And so you have to be able to monetize the product without ruining the product. And I think that a lot of YouTubers, most of them, do it pretty well. And the reason that, to your point, you don't think people will leave YouTube is because I think YouTube is one of the few areas where monetization by creators is done well. I think you go to TikTok, it doesn't work because people just flick to the next thing. Yeah. You go to Snapchat and it's filled with garbage and it doesn't work. YouTube works, and that's why people stay there. And so, and if I owned an independent website, I was publishing a blog with articles, I probably would be more concerned. But there's a lot of blogs that have been able to figure it out. I mentioned Mac Stories because for a while they were like, the ad revenue that we used to have is in the toilet. We make good content. We know we make good content. We can't compete with the CNETs and the Ars Technicas of a world that have huge staffs that are just churning out a bunch of stuff. So we need to ask for money from the people that read our website. And they started doing it by offering cool stuff and, exclusive lists and articles and, shortcuts for Mac OS and iOS that people want and will pay for. And they found a way to make that monetizable. And had they not, they probably would have either lost their audience or lost the money that they needed to pay their staff to run their site. And it sucks,
Yeah, I mean, that's why.
but that's just life.
That's why I quit Apple Track. It wasn't making any money. It was it was taking me, hundreds of hours a month for like less than maybe $1,000 or $2,000 a month. Like it was just not, it wasn't sustainable. I learned after talking to more people in the industry. I guess I'm just this naive. They were like, yeah, the only reason websites fail or succeed is SEO. So that's search engine optimization. Like talking to people who write for CNET, iMore, stuff like that. They were like, yeah, literally we have like bi-weekly SEO meetings of like how to get this at the top of Google, and that's how we make money. And I'm like, really?
They'll even write content that's designed to catch SEO. And so they're doing it in their own way. They're selling out because they've got to get the bag, just like YouTubers are selling out by doing a video on a vacuum cleaner. You know what I mean? That's not any particularly specific example. But
I want this on the record. I would never take a vacuum cleaner ad. I know some people on this podcast currently might have done a vacuum cleaner ad, dedicated video, just nasty. But I would I'm just kidding. I almost did last year.
Here's the thing about the vacuum cleaners. I just think they're really cool.
I literally
time someone watches my videos, they're like, look, I don't really like dedicated ads, but you can tell that this dude really loves vacuums. I'm like, I'm a weirdo. I know.
So I guess cool. I'm sure the audience like knows this by now, but like the bag for dedicated videos is ridiculous. Like just for context, I'll share this because I didn't do it. Like I got
say
offered,
a brand.
Okay, I got off robot vacuum. Picture your favorite one. I got offered $20,000 to make a single video, and I turned it down because the brand maker required that I put the title in the video, like the vacuum name in the video title, because they want people to be able to search it and then see your good review with nice B-roll. I turned that down simply because I didn't want it to look like an ad. If they would have allowed me to not put the name in the title, even initially, I think I probably would have done it. And yeah, so it's like, imagine if I'm getting paid that, what Quinn would be able to make or others, like obviously the numbers can get pretty goofy pretty quickly. And, it's like that allows Quinn to pay himself, his staff for like X amount of days or weeks. And then that's why we do it. Like, I don't know. A lot of people, I mean, yes, part of it is like, I also want like nice things and to save money, but like my business shifted completely in the past year from like wanting to make money to just like wanting to reach as many people as possible. And like part of that is making money so I can expand and continue to grow, pay people properly. But that's why we do it.
Yeah. And the reality is and I don't want to, cry wolf or complain because our life is pretty great and our jobs are good. But there is extraordinary expense that people don't realize. I mean, I spend $200,000 a year on payroll, and I just bought a $7,000 Mac Pro to do a video on that had no ad on it, and so that video made me like minus $6,800. Ooh, and so so there's a lot of stuff like that where if you're gonna
just be like Sam and make the video and return that bitch.
Right. And the sad thing is that there is no, I wish. Yeah. It's some morals and weird stuff.
Well, Sam is banned from returning stuff at his Apple store now. So.
No, I'm not.
They'll do it.
I've
heard stories about you do too much. And Apple's just like,
There was an
incident.
There was an incident once at my local Apple store, but I think everything is but bro, don't even get me into it. The amount of money I drop at that Apple store every year for him to complain about me returning a couple of things. Bro, the new HomePod literally sounds worse than the old one. The new MacBook Airs, not that fast compared to the M1. I stand by these returns.
It is where that's fair.
He's like, oh, you returned. He's like, oh, in my 15 years of Apple retail, I've never had anyone return as much as you ever. And I'm like, that can't be real. There's just no way.
You don't believe him?
When in the same conversation, he's like, yeah, businesses will come in for an event and buy 30 MacBooks and return them. And I'm like, bro, you cannot compare me to them. I am not buying 30 MacBooks with the intent to return.
I don't return stuff very often, but I do occasionally. And I same deal where, I don't like it because the idea, because there's a lot of people and YouTubers, I'm not going to name names, but I know some that will purposely buy the product. And when they buy it, they're like, I'm returning this because they can't afford it, or they're like, and Apple's not going to give me anything. So I guess that's just how it's going to be. And there are some brands that kind of turn a blind eye to it because they do recognize that the value derived from people doing that is greater than the opportunity, than the cost. But there was one company that I returned like 4 or 5 things to last year just because it wasn't very good, and I felt bad and was like, man, like they're gonna think I was buying this stuff just to return it, blah blah blah. And then when I was doing my taxes at the end of the year, I was like, no, I gave them $45,000 last year. I don't feel bad. I mean, listen, have I bought something and returned it before? Yes, I've done this multiple times. Like, sometimes I buy Apple products to review, and then I'm like, this is not worth it in my life, and I'll take it back. But I'll just say, if you're a smaller creator, and you're like, how can I make tech videos that can be with the big guys? One of the biggest secrets you learn is that Apple does have a lax return policy, and hypothetically, I would never encourage this. But yeah, if you want to get the new iPhone every year, you could buy it for 2 weeks and then take it back, and they're pretty chill about it. If you want to make an iPhone review, like I feel like a lot of my conversation. But where is your
if you return Apple products, you hate Apple point blank tweet?
What? That's not even I was just gonna say my through line for this is I feel like I'm looking out for the little guy, for the small creator, for somebody just starting because I was him once. Well, I'm still him.
Well, couldn't it also be argued that the little guy is also the person watching your video?
And the little guy can watch an ad or two.
But then he's tracked and followed everywhere, what the argument stems from.
And little guy, use a VPN. Or buy YouTube Premium, little guy. That's the answer. Like, the answer to all of this is YouTube Premium. YouTube has done the innovation.
Okay, so is that what you meant by your tweet? Were you just talking about YouTube?
Yes. When I said my tweet, I was only talking about YouTube. I did not say that in my tweet, but when I wrote it, that was the framework that I'm coming from.
Okay.
Quinn, do you believe him?
The conversation.
And YouTube Premium is an answer to people that were like, yeah, no, I don't want ads, and I would pay if given the opportunity, but I don't want to. And that works. Although I will say, and I pay for YouTube Premium, but I'm grandfathered in from $7.99 a month.
Yeah, from YouTube Red.
YouTube Premium costs nowadays. It's
YouTube
so
Red
much
buddies.
Money. It's so much money that it's like, is it $14 now?
I
think that's in the U.S. I think elsewhere, like in Canada, it's like 24 or something crazy. Like even with the currency exchange, it's still more there than it. So the same kind of thing where YouTube's obviously pricing it to demand. Or at least theoretically, they're like, more and more people are willing to pay more, so let's just bump it up. But I also am not going to decry, someone who's like, yeah, $18 a month for YouTube Premium, and in wherever I live, I can't swing that. I'll be like, okay. And this is where I come from as someone who is, and I don't want to make this sound like I'm better than I am, because I'm a piece of crap sometimes.
Quinn.
But as long as I can afford a living and pay my employees, money doesn't matter as much to me as the pride that comes from finishing a video going, that was a really good video, or to have it go up on Reddit and see a bunch of responses with everyone saying, this is why I like this guy's review.
Oh, you're not banned on Reddit?
No, not yet.
some of us, our content is banned on Reddit.
Yes. Yeah, so there are many other things that matter to me more than that. And my number one thing, the thing we do at the end of every video, at the beginning rather, even if it's a video about an ad, about a vacuum cleaner, is can everyone watching this say, I learned something that I didn't know before I watched this video. And that's our kind of, acid test to whether or not a video is worth making. And there's a lot of videos we don't make because we're like, well, people aren't going to learn anything. It's just a waste of time or whatever. And so that's more important to me than do people have ad block turned on or do anything else. And if people find my content valuable and interesting, the likelihood that they will support me in the future via premium or ad block or anything else is greater than me just going, nah, if you use ad block, you suck. You shouldn't do that. If you don't care about creators, I think a lot of people do care. They just don't know. And so, yeah, I guess on the one hand you can educate them, but I'm just like, if my content is interesting and you like watching it, do it. And then who knows? Maybe when I make a shirt one year, you'll buy it. And that's good enough for me.
I mean, I like the framework. Specifically, I completely really like, and I feel like I want to steal that idea of like if they learn something that's a good video. Like, that's why I want to talk about.
No, you can't take that.
I can't.
It's only a Quinn thing. Good videos at all. Only a Quinn thing.
But,
sorry.
Okay. Let's go back to the tweets. We haven't finished this conversation.
Oh my god!
Because you said some other stuff that got me. Woo!
All right, let's hear it.
This is getting too friendly. You say the transaction is imbalanced. Too much to ask for too little return. So display ads have grown increasingly insidious. Ad blockers force innovation. Oh God, that line makes me want to harm nothing.
Yikes.
No one. Subscription models, native advertising, and more that provides a better experience to use and more revenue. Bro, I was mad. I was closing my peepers. You said ad blockers force innovation.
They have.
No, they've decreased what creators are making. I don't believe they're forcing innovation. I believe that
creators that are good at it. Look at Marquez, look at Linus, look at a bunch of
You're
the
naming
top...
all of the biggest people, dude.
Okay, so smaller creators. Jon Prosser.
Dude, I saw him make eye contact with me and was like,
"You want to know who's a really good example?" And I would consider her a smaller creator because I consider myself a smaller creator, and I know some people get pissed off when I say that because they're like, "You're not a small creator, you're huge." But in the grand scheme of things, I'm tiny compared to Marquez or to Linus or to anyone else. Is Sarah Dietschy. Sarah has an incredibly diversified revenue stream. She's got products. She's partnered with brands. She has merch available. She has a bunch of stuff. Yeah, a bunch of stuff that she's come up with to diversify revenue streams that doesn't include maximizing revenue from YouTube. And the reality is I bet that, she does well on YouTube views-wise, but I bet what she's making wouldn't even cover half of her own living costs, much less all the people that, she works with and et cetera. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, I couldn't even live in my house with YouTube ad revenue.
I saw a headline once that Sarah Dietschy makes $800K a year, and I was like, that's a lot of monies.
Where'd you learn that? To Google? Sarah Dietschy net worth?
No, she said it herself on Graham Stephan's podcast.
Okay. I was going to say, because there's a net worth website that says I'm worth $20 million, and if it did say that, I wouldn't still be doing this.
Yeah, that'd be pretty sick. Listen, you're right. There are ways that I'm not saying my business is perfect. I'm just saying for the first 5 years of my career, when I don't know anything, when there's just an option to check make money or don't make money in YouTube settings, that allows creators to get their foot set. And by people using ad block, it might take them extra months or years to do this thing full time. And I want as many people to be able to create as possible. That's mainly my thesis here is like, now I know you can make X amount of dollars selling merch. Now I know that sponsorships trend made me look different. I know that, like, for me, AdSense is my smallest form of income. Like, the podcast makes more a month from, like, ads and stuff than my entire YouTube channel's AdSense. But that wasn't the case until a year ago. And I've been doing this for a decade. So creator education is definitely a thing.
I think that's last sentence you just said is important. I've been doing this for a decade. I've been doing this for 15 years. And people always ask me, and I feel bad, but people genuinely ask me, they're like, hey, I want to become a YouTuber. How do I start? And I'm like, I have no freaking idea. I haven't had to do it in 15 years. And the market that people enter today is drastically different from the market that people entered back then. And there was a time when I was pulling in a couple 100,000 views a month, probably on YouTube, and I was making 10 grand a month. It was sweet. Yeah. When I was 17 years old, I was making 120K
Hot
a year.
damn, what the...
reaching out to no one because ads used to pay And now they don't. As a frame of reference, I'm now getting anywhere from 1.5 to 3 million views a month, and my payout from AdSense is anywhere from $5,000 to $11,000 a month.
I was gonna say I have never made $10,000 out of YouTube ad revenue. Never, not once.
I make about the same amount of money per month from YouTube now than I did 7 years ago with 8 times the audience size. So people that are starting today, that footing, the dynamics have changed. And I think if you're starting YouTube with the intention that you're going to make it a career or a sizable revenue stream, which some people do, some people don't. I didn't start YouTube even knowing you could make money. I was just a stupid little 15-year-old. But if you are starting it with the hopes that it will be monetizable and you can make dough off of it, you can't be like, I hope AdSense will cover my butt. It just is an outdated, that doesn't work.
Well, and also
I agree with that.
It's also really easy to be part of AdSense and be a YouTube partner. Like I know, like if you're just starting, it seems very daunting, but like there's a couple thresholds you need to meet, and then you just do it. I don't know what it was like for you, Sam, but I know when Quinn and I started, it was like you had to get a letter from Google in the mail. Like they sent you a Google AdSense thing in the mail with like a verification
I started
code
in the golden era. I started golden era. You needed 0 subs, 0 views to get monetized.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
What?
Back when I started,
it was awesome.
You couldn't even request to become a partner.
Yeah, you
They
had to be invited.
You.
Yeah,
just voluntarily. They'd be like, "Oh, you seem quite good. Let's see." and they never invited me during that period. So like early 2009, or late 2008, early 2009 was when they were like, "Okay, you can apply and we'll accept you or we'll deny you." And I applied like 2 or 3 times and they were like, no. And then they finally said, yeah.
Damn. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely changed. I mean, I feel like the answer to like starting the content career today is just kind of like do TikTok.
Why would you say that?
As much because you can just get
so
like
next
stupid amounts of
topic?
followers. Yeah,
But
you
no
can just
money.
get stupid amounts of followers, but I'm just talking about like a starting base. Like I've gone from like 0 to 80 something thousand on TikTok since January 1st.
Yeah, this is where I'm
But
a
like-
boomer too, is I'm like, everyone's like,
But like,
you
here's-
gotta get on TikTok, and I'm like, I don't like it. It's confusing. I tried the editor, and
do.
it's like the Snapchat one where I'm just like, I don't know how to make this thing.
Dude,
And then I give up.
short form content has already changed my life. It's given me new opportunities. It's allowed me to make new friends in new parts of the internet. And I was a hater for not a hater, more indifferent.
Sam was a hater? No.
I know. I'm working on it. Okay, I get 1% better every day. And I don't know. Short form content's sick, and I think everybody should be on that. That's why Genius Bar has shorts now. You can see them on our YouTube, see them on our Instagram, see them on TikTok. I've been doing shorts. I've had brand opportunities and deals come out. One of which will be going live soon. It's a pretty exciting one. Can't say what it is until it's out, but
It's about a robot vacuum, isn't it?
No, I wish.
Speaking
I
of-
did my. Go ahead. Sorry.
Speaking of shorts and stuff, I would like to say publicly, all right, I would like to denounce Sam and the way he does shorts. Listen, for the people that see me say stuff on TikTok or on YouTube Shorts, that's not me. I know I didn't post it. Sam decides what goes on there, and so what that means is you will see a video of me saying that folding phones are stupid, so what if I agree with that? But I didn't say that. And Sam will say, he just says whatever he wants on the podcast, and then he decides what gets to be clipped up and posted elsewhere.
I don't decide.
And I'm just
Somebody else
I'm
does.
just there. So then I get swept up in it. All of our Genius Bar shorts and stuff is just all Sam opinions. Nothing else. So
It's like that, gluing all the
Adblock
stuff
is
together.
evil today, everybody. That's what
Yeah.
he's going to put you on
Don't put
TikTok.
Adblock is nice. He's gonna put that up and be like, I love ads.
He's going to edit you together saying that Adblock is evil, Quinn. And he's going to put it on
Adblock
TikTok.
is evil.
There we go. Perfect. Here's what Quinn continues to say, just so we can round this out.
Oh my
because
God.
there's 3 more tweets that have spawned since this conversation
Just read them
came
all,
out.
Sam. Read them all. Boom, boom, boom.
All right. If you were making content that's valuable, well, there you go. It's going to earn revenue. This may come from paying readers, viewers, YouTube Premium memberships, may come from native ads, higher returns on advertising and higher CPM, and then may come elsewhere, but it comes and a lot. I've read many topical ads placed on blogs matching the subject matter. I've paid many $1 bills to view this article. The number of times I've disabled my ad blocker to read a blocked article is 0. He leaves. So silly. So silly. Present more than one transactional option if you want a customer. Lastly, God, this was... do you see how I can't even read it? Do you see how I had a hard time responding to everything individually? Like, I can't do it. Lastly, remember that even someone who will never give you... Okay, now this I do agree with wholeheartedly. Lastly, remember that even someone who will never give you a single penny or ad impression may still drive value. They share video links, refer content to friends, and more. Presenting someone for seeing that what you've made does more harm than good nearly 100% of the time. I kind of disagree with that last part, but I do agree that obviously I love anyone that gives me a view or a watch on any platform. I really do appreciate them. Just like watching an ad, man. Because my argument with all of this, Quinn, is like, you're very noble and you're very good at making it sound very well done and well-rounded in your 18,000 tweets in this thread. But most people are just lazy and most people just want something for free and not work for it in the context of ads.
So making a political statement over there.
I know, that's why I had to clarify in the context of ads. All of my friends in high school use ad block. I was always mad when my friend... best bud, Mr. Jake, John met him.
Yep, Jake's great.
When Jake in high school would pirate jailbreak tweaks, I would get mad at him. Because I was like, that developer worked really hard on
You're
that.
such a fucking nerd.
And we would get, I'm serious.
You got mad at your friend.
All the time. And dude, he used to steal music from YouTube rather than paying the $10 a month for Spotify and stuff. And I'm like, bro, artists are working for this money. And I feel like this across the board. It's not just on YouTube and ad revenue. If you pirate movies or TV shows because the studios make enough money, I completely disagree with that behavior. Like you said, I see it as immoral. I define my own morals and values. That's what I define as immoral to me. I know that other people have a sliding scale that's different. And I'm not necessarily right or wrong. I'm just saying how it feels to me and what my own compass tells me. It's wrong to steal. Watch the ad.
I agree. Okay, hold on though. Quick diversion.
Okay, I agree.
Back in the day, there was this jailbreak repo called hackyuriphone.org. They were all stolen tweaks. Yeah, you know it.
Yeah.
Quick question.
Yeah.
How's that any different than buying something from the Apple Store with intention to return it?
I mean,
I guess it's not different.
One could argue, well, you're hurting a small developer rather than a huge,
but that means
conglomerate company.
On principle, yeah, I would say I agree. Let's just say you're right. I'm not gonna backtrack and
so I win. Woo!
So I win. Yay!
And on that note, we've settled
it's just
our
like
beef.
What's more, I don't know. I'm not shocked. Like not shocked at all. Not even a little bit. But I just find it's very interesting that Quinn, as a creator, just leans more like consumer focused. Like he doesn't want them to have a bad experience. Whereas Sam is really, I need my YouTube AdSense. Watch an ad, bro.
Yes, I would say that's where we lean. But to clarify where I lean, it's ads are transactional. And if I'm performing a service, like this is a bastardized example and there's definitely holes in it. But the way I look at it is you don't go into a grocery store and take a banana because you're hungry. That would be stealing. So by blocking the ad to see my video, you're stealing my content.
I agree.
And I don't disagree. So where I will agree with you is, and we really need to move on to something interesting.
Yeah, please.
If 15 years ago, let's say the first ad blocker was invented today. Okay.
Yeah.
I think that changes the story a little bit. But it wasn't. It's been around for a really long time. And so, yeah, you could argue, no. Like if the way that we make money is ads and you're just deciding to quote unquote steal that, and Linus has gone on record before saying, ad blocker is piracy, it's theft, which I don't really necessarily agree with that, but I can see where that argument comes from. And if that's your argument, then yeah. You can't go into the store and just steal a banana and say, well, but I wanted it. I didn't want to. I don't think it's worth $1. It's one banana. What could it cost? But we're not in that landscape, and the internet, unfortunately, is a big black box where people can do whatever they want, and there's a lot of piracy and theft on the internet, and it's kind of just normalized. And so we're in a different scenario where you have to reinvent yourself. If you
what
were a
ads
movie
are
theater,
like?
and every video you made, you're like, it's the Apple Track movie theater, and if you want to come in, you got to pay. But people are like, nah, I'm not doing that. Then you just be like, well, sorry, you can't come in. But the reality is you can't control whether or not people use ad block, and so rather than get people try to not use it, just try to make money a different way.
It's like
I see where you're coming from.
You know how like in Sam's Club or whatever, like when you're just walking, there's people that are like, they have samples and they're saying, hey, come try my sample. You'll really like it. Hey, come try my sample. But you can just walk away. But the next time you come back, hey, try my sample. That's like an ad in the grocery store. The difference, though, is on the internet, the person trying to offer the samples follows you home. And they just keep, hey, really, you should try this blueberry muffin. It has 85 grams of protein and no carbs. You're going to love it. And they just follow you.
Is that real?
It's very impressive, I know.
I would buy
are you
those.
impressed?
Yeah.
Are you impressed?
I would like that ad. And you prove my point that ads are fine. Moving on.
I didn't, because the internet ads follow you home is what I'm saying.
Moving on,
That's a good
everybody.
All right, what
Quinn,
are we talking about now?
I'm still holding angst, regret, and frustration from you forever. I will hold this grudge till the day.
Well, I think that argument
got
died
ratioed.
with Twitter.
I got ratioed.
Ooh, that was
Oh,
a
wait,
good
do I get
transition,
unratioed
John,
since
and
it's
it wasn't
X
even
now?
appreciated.
You what?
I said that was a beautiful transition, and it wasn't even appreciated.
I
That
know.
segue
Say that's
was
how
next
it is
level.
every week.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
how-
never appreciated. It's okay. I want to talk about this video you made. One of my
Dog,
favorite videos
I
you made
just
in a while.
transitioned to talk fucking.
Wait, were you talking about your transition?
He said our beef died with Twitter, bro.
So what was I
I thought you were
segueing
talking
to,
about my
Sam?
Transition.
No, Twitter was Twitter. Today it is X. Now we talk about X. Do you see the transition that happened?
Oh, I thought Quinn was complimenting me. I'm okay. Never mind.
No,
You can do
the
you.
fucking right before
You
we
do look really nice today.
who me or
Me?
Sam?
Yeah,
Hmm.
your hair is nicely pushed back. I like it.
Is it me?
I think
No,
it's
your
Am
hair
I the
is
drama?
slick. Your hair is slick.
That's not slick.
Oh, that slicks
Oh,
back
that's
real
slick back.
nice.
I'll slick it.
You think this is slicked? This is pushed back.
It's pushed. Okay, so
Quinn's an
right
ally.
before this podcast, I was on X or whatever.
See, now that's a drug. You just said you're on ecstasy.
See the problem,
I
Elon?
was on X.
I went on.
I mean, I don't
and,
know what that means.
There's a video circulating of like the people in San Francisco. There are workers taking off Twitter, like the letters from Twitter HQ, and the police came because Elon did not get a permit for any of those people to be there taking the letters off the building.
I think the
I
most
wish-
incredible thing is that the police came in San Francisco.
I know. Last time I was there, I went to Target. We needed something right before like the event and stuff.
Lotion. You were buying me lotion.
Yeah, and Sam was like, "Hey, I need lotion." The fucking lotion was locked in the San Francisco Target, and no one works in the San Francisco Target, and so you have to try to find a way to get it unlocked. I thought about stealing it. I thought about ad blocking it so hard.
Actually, speaking of ad block, San Francisco's a really good example. You can just break someone's window in their car, steal their laptop, and you're fine. They don't care. It's fine.
They don't care.
Ad block is legal in San Francisco, dude.
So from when we did the podcast last to now, all of a sudden, Twitter is now X.
Yeah.
I saw.
It's trying to be.
I don't know if this is real. That's the problem. It all seems not real. But I think that I saw a page, an X support page that now claims that tweets are not called tweets anymore. They're called skeets or zeets, Xeets. And I don't know if that's real or if it was a parody. It came
That
from a
sounds-
verified account, which means nothing now, I guess.
Yeah. I was going to say, that sounds parody-esque. Because Elon Elon did say, like last night to someone was like, what are they called now? And he just said X's. And then everyone's like, bro, that's terrible. That's not a good name at all.
You send an X.
Which is not.
What? Is it called a Zeet? Is it a Skeet?
No, I think that was made up. Bro, you probably got baited by the fake Elon account.
Here, I'll find. Elon Musk.
A tweet is now officially referred to as a Zeet, according to
I'm doing
X's
this
new
podcast
Help
with two
Center
boomers, bro.
Let me,
Okay, on the Help Center page, Help
I'm not a
Center
boomer, bro.
Twitter.
I'm gonna find this. Elon said himself, they're called.
Yes.
It's called an X. Let me see it. Let's see.
Okay, it looks
Here we
like.
go. I got it. I'm gonna put it in the chat. You can show everyone. This is
Cool.
right from the mouth of the horse, as they say.
Right from the mouth of the horse, just the way I love
Mouth
it.
of the horse.
There's the
There we
link.
go.
Now that could have been parody, but you never know when he's joking or not joking.
Oh god, I've seen this dude. Yeah, he's like a Tesla stan.
Oh, not that. Yeah, no, this dude is a
X's.
joker. He's blocked me, by the way. I don't know
Oh,
why.
good. Lucky you. Okay,
And he's
so
everywhere. So every time I go to click one of his stupid tweets that's
Yeah.
linked on the internet, and Elon responds to, I'm like, I'm
Dude.
gonna open this in a private tab. And now Twitter doesn't let you see tweets in a private tab.
it's not Twitter, Quinn.
Oh, right, X doesn't let you see.
It's just like a
Look at that,
is that a
bro.
YouTuber like graphic pack that they use?
I'm
Yeah,
not
dude,
gonna lie,
I
this
had
is
that
kinda
same
cool.
one from 2009.
Oh my
Dude,
god,
come on. The promo video is kind of hype.
dude! It's from Motion VFX.
That was,
Oh, wait,
yeah,
it's
that's from
from
Envato.
him.
It was from Video Hive. All right.
Oh, this is literally made by that same guy.
I'm surprised you didn't
They
hear in the
are-
background. Envato.
audio jungle. So
yeah,
what
I mean,
is it? The issue is the branding is still at Twitter. The X account is still at Twitter. When you go to X, they still call it tweets. It still says sign up for Twitter. What is happening?
Well, they always say, you've heard the classic saying, the best way to do a major brand change is really, really slowly. So everything's all broken and it's both of them together and it's
Yes.
confusing. Yeah.
that is what they say. I also learned that in
No, this is
college.
what happened. Are you ready? 2 days ago, Elon said, we're going to be X tomorrow. And everyone's like, what? And the 4 people that work at Twitter were like, oh, we got to hurry up and change the SVG, refresh the Cloudflare caching.
Dude,
so that it,
imagine all the
updates and-
links, dude. There's probably billions of links.
Dude,
And
I
can we
bet,
just say,
I bet
I mean,
you
look,
if you...
just look what's trending with the redesign.
I'm scared. X videos. Okay. Yep. That's expected.
I'm gonna be honest. When I see that logo, I'm like, do I need to be in private browsing?
someone tweeted, and I'm so sorry to the someone, but they tweeted because I can't remember. I would credit you. This is me using ad block in real life. They tweeted something like how it looks like a human trafficking app, like the X on
Oh,
an
yeah,
icon
the one
just
that
looks
was like, it's like a Belarusian.
yeah, yeah, it was the
really
best.
does, bro.
Oh.
Yeah, it just is dumb.
Well,
It's-
there's so many
not-
like the hex code from the X, like in light mode, doesn't match the other hex. The gray
Yeah,
in the
it's like
X
gray.
isn't the same as the
Mhm.
gray from the website. And the buttons, there's still the home button is still a birdhouse. It's still called
mean,
Twitter. You still
I don't
tweet.
know. I don't. He's just I see. I think he just gets pleasure out of being chaotic, and he knows that everybody's gonna be mad. So I think he was just like, oh, I haven't had the endorphins hitting lately. Let's just do X.
User usage is way up, everybody. Way
Yeah.
up. New
I
record.
saw there was someone on Reddit that said like, this is obviously a play to devalue the website so much that he can just use it as a write-off and get out of it. And then someone else responded, I think you're overestimating how clever he is.
I mean,
He's
I
just
don't know if you
13
guys.
and he thinks he's cool and he's wanted to name everything X. Do you know the story
Yeah.
about X.com? When
He
they
tried to name
merged-
PayPalX.com.
Yeah, and they were like, no, that's stupid. And so now I think 30 years later, he's like, I'm gonna name something that.
Imagine owning a domain for 30 years that goes nowhere, and then finally, $44 billion later, this the move. Sunday night, everybody.
I mean,
What's
I'll be
even
honest.
worse,
The
'cause
domain
he
is
bought it
sick.
back.
Like X.com is a sick domain.
Yeah, I think there's only 3 single letter .coms. And Elon has only owned it for like 5 or 6 years. He bought it back from PayPal like several years ago, probably for unconscionable amounts of money, but whatever.
It's a sick domain. He's probably like,
it's a cool domain. It's a stupid company name.
Yes.
If it was called Zoinks with an X and that was the company name and you just typed in x.com, like, okay, that's pretty cool. But
we're just coming up with more adult entertainment names.
but having the company called X, I mean, if there was ever an opportunity to just call a brand one letter, should have done it with the car. Make Tesla just
yeah.
Yeah. Like, oh, yo, is that an X? You're like, yeah,
Is
a
that
Model
an X?
1. It's an X.
It just it's
It's silly.
I tweeted this, I X'd this, I threadsed it.
I'll find
That
it.
it's just an ego thing. Like X is
People
his
do
thing,
not
his
like you on
brand.
Twitter.
He didn't build Twitter. There was something that's what it was. When Meta introduced Threads, one of his replies was something like, or he was going to sue them because they're stealing intellectual property and all, as if he built it, as if he made Twitter. He was like mad about it.
He did buy it. He did buy it.
That doesn't matter if he owns it. The problem is that Meta wasn't. They didn't hire anyone from Twitter.
They
until
did
after
not
it was
do
already
that.
Done. But it's neither here
Twitter
nor
has
there.
been relevant for 17 years. The name, the logo, iconic, and the only valuable part left. He didn't build it. He can't take credit for it. Burying the brand and slapping his X on it makes it his. It's just ego. Elon gonna Elon. That's all it is. It's, well, at least in terms of my opinion.
And then you
I'm not gonna
said
speak
you
for
may
anybody
shit
else.
on me below.
Which,
You gave
honestly,
him- I'm glad you
didn't
gave
go
him
as
that
bad as I thought it was going to go.
I think it's because even people who like him were like, this is dumb. Doesn't make sense. Pretty lousy rollout. And look, I'm not actually. So Benjamin, who's my camera guy, he gives me a hard time because he thinks that I give Elon more credit than I should. There's this perception on Twitter that everything that Elon does, I hate, and I think he's stupid and talentless. That's not true.
That makes you a left-wing shill.
Yeah, when people go, Elon didn't start. He had nothing to do with Tesla. It was already going to be a success. Bullcrap. No. Elon is a major part of why Tesla ended up being what it is today. He gets credit where it's due. The problem is that I think he's pretty good with a dog leash on and working with engineers and, nerds that are neither seen nor heard. The problem is that he thought he could buy a social media website and it would work the same as Tesla or SpaceX or PayPal or anything else. And the reality is, no.
There's clearly no one around him with enough leeway to stop him or make him just slow down. Just hang on, Elon, just chill. Because Saturday night he was like, hey, I think tomorrow it's X. And then it was. Kinda.
And he's like,
I feel
make me
really...
a logo. Come on, come up with something.
Yeah, somebody, it was like a YouTuber, we'll best intro wins, best dubstep intro wins. I'll put it in my video tomorrow.
And I'm not going to pay you. You know he's going to steal that shit.
It's like a YouTuber with 1,000 subscribers. Hey, guys, you got to make me a sick intro.
I'll use the best one. And also, it's not even it's not a logo. It's a character from a font.
Yeah, it's a Unicode. It's not even a font character. It's a Unicode digit.
Oh, wait, so you're telling me
really,
he didn't have that logo until yesterday?
No, I think someone probably replied with it, and he was like,
yes,
that's cool.
Is it the Sawyer Merritt?
Logo.
Sawyer Merritt, that guy?
I thought that was like a temporary logo. That's the logo?
Why is it temporary? It's all over the fucking website. Temporary? What do you mean?
I don't know. I thought because it's still called the tweet, John. I wasn't sure if this was the final design.
See, why we can't?
Generally, you want to wait till something's done before you roll it out.
I mean, I'm just here's the thing, and here's where I've been at for months now. There's nowhere for me to go but Twitter. I'm forever a Twitter prisoner until Threads takes off. And John, you're real bullish on Threads. It's not there. Threads not even close to there. The engagement's tanked. All right, tweets that
it's been 2 weeks, my dude.
But that's my point. Why do you call it so early? You've been calling things early lately.
First of all, just wait. You're calling it early now. It's been 2 weeks.
No,
and you're like, gotcha.
No. I'm saying I don't know where Threads is going to go, but right now I'm on Twitter because Threads is not a viable place for me or my business. That's what I'm saying.
You don't want to start threading now? just in case.
No. Also, the app is not that good. It doesn't feel instant like Twitter. Twitter has nailed. The one thing that Twitter still nails is the instant feedback of the news cycle. Like, that's essential for what I do. No, like when you post to Threads, it still feels like you're posting on Instagram. It's spinny and it takes a while. And yeah, Twitter just whatever the stack that they have there is good. I'm waiting for Elon to change it and be like, only verified users can tweet instantly. There's going to be a 10-second delay between unverified users because the bots. The bots and the spam.
Do you know the other thing Twitter has that Sam really, really likes? Tons of ads.
And you get ads even if you pay.
That's right.
The ads are pretty bad, I'm not going to lie. I want to say this on the pod, too, because I haven't said this yet about Twitter. Sorry, X. No, it's Twitter. We're calling it Twitter. I think I'm going to verify myself.
You scoundrel.
Here's why.
You caved. You caved.
No,
I don't want to hear it. You caved.
Hear me out.
No, I don't want to.
My theory is this. They're rolling out monetization for creators. The initial numbers that they've shown have been somewhat promising.
Mm-hmm.
If I can make more than $8 a month on Twitter, I'm winning now.
Yeah.
So that's why I verified Apple Track a couple months ago.
Yeah.
And that's the only reason. If there was no way to make money, I would not do it. But if I can make money off of the platform, even
that's
by
how
paying
he's going to get you.
That's fine. Even if I'm making $1 extra.
Do you make more money if you invite other people to also become verified?
I think we got a crack business model.
All good businesses charge you money to make money. Am I right? Yeah, that's good.
Hey man,
do you get a car with an Elon sticker on it if you recommend refer most people? Like if you get Quinn and I to sign up right now, do you get a cool trip to the Bahamas?
I'll give you guys a trip to the Bahamas if you subscribe to Twitter Blue.
I don't think you know. Do you know what a pyramid scheme is? Because I think that's what you're joining.
Are you sure?
More like a timeshare, I think.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's a pyramid scheme.
So with monetization, are you guys going to subscribe to make money on the platform?
As of right now, no. I don't enjoy Twitter anymore. So I've been doing other things. I still have my goofs and my gaffes. I've been on quite a bit the last day and a half because of all the pandemonium, but I've gone from tweeting 30 times a day to tweeting a couple times a week maybe. So I pop in there, look at it. It's not on my homepage anymore, but I don't know.
Not on mine either.
If it became viable and if in 6 months the website's not ruined and people are still using it and things have stabilized a little bit, yeah, I could see myself maybe coming back. And everyone goes, I thought you said you were leaving and you were never coming back. It's like, no, morons. Read the freaking article I published. It's still on the internet. I said I might come back if things improve. So
yeah, that's the issue. On the record multiple times, I don't want to use Twitter. I fucking hate it. The issue is every time I pop back in and people are like, I thought you were leaving. How's Threads? Every time. That's where you are. You have to go somewhere else before I can leave this hellhole. I have to be where, even if I hate the platform and hate how it's being run, it's still my responsibility to be where you are. It's your fault.
But do you know why people are flaming you? You have to know why, right?
Because I go, I'm leaving, and then I leave and then I come back.
If you left and didn't say a word and then came back and were like, yeah, I don't like Twitter, people would be like, oh, cool, man. But it's the fact that you're like...
Well, it's not like I'm coming back and being like, oh, by the way, here's my new YouTube video. That's not what it is.
This whole Elon guy?
No.
I don't agree with this. No. I don't agree.
No.
He's taken my wife, my children, my dignity, and I'm out.
No.
I'm out, baby. And then you come crying
your wife,
back,
he'll get her back in like 6 months.
See, I don't like Elon Musk. I don't like what he's doing. He's ruined Twitter, but it's like, that's still where I'm at. And until there's a viable alternative, I'm not going to... Threads is the next big thing. Oh my God, bro. Apple Vision Pro gonna fail, bro.
Dude, first of all, I think you should read my Threads tweet because I gave a list.
Did you just call it a Threads tweet?
Yeah, my tweet about Threads.
I know, it's just funny the way you said it.
I give the examples of the active user base, and I said if anyone is going to be the next Twitter, it's Meta.
I know.
I said if anyone out of the Mastodons and the Blue Skies and the Hive and the whoever, if anyone's going to do it, it's Meta.
It's because the internet's ruined and it can only be run by 4 companies. So unfortunately,
Let's talk about Apple Vision Pro. We've got a new guest on the
yes.
show.
Please,
Apple Vision
Quinn,
Pro,
you can tell us no. Just say no. Just say
No, I
no.
actually-
Don't talk about it.
No, I talk about that. That's fine.
Yay, Quinn! We love Quinn. Guest gets to make the rules. Guest gets to make the rules.
Because we all know that augmented reality is the future.
It
yeah,
is.
baby. Well, Quinn, I actually, for people that don't know, John, I don't even know if you know this. Quinn does. I joined a Twitter space with Quinn Nelson, Ian Zelbo. It was like a few days before WWDC. We were talking about the pricing. I think we agreed that it was actually going to be under 3,500. Wasn't that where we settled? That we think it would be under rather than over?
I don't remember, but I think because that would now make us correct. I'm going to say we did decide that. Yes. $34.99, baby. $1.
Yeah.
I might have even said $1 shy of 3,500. I think that's what.
You actually might have said that. So I was the opinion that Apple was going to go like $3,000 or under.
That's what I thought. Too.
And then they announced 3,500. Everybody's like, whoa. So we haven't talked about this with you, and I just want to hear, like, now that it's been out for 2 months, where are you at on Vision Pro? Are you bullish? Are you excited still? Or are you kind of like,
I'm excited, but that's because I'm a weirdo. I don't know I don't know if it's going to become popular en masse, because I mean that's 437 months of Twitter Blue. That's a long time.
That's X Blue to you.
Pardon. It's X Black now. By the way, they changed the color.
oh my God.
Now, I think it has the potential to be something that's very cool. I do think that this first generation and iteration, and probably the next several, are not going to be popular en masse. This is not a thing that people are going to be, busting the doors down at the Apple Store to get. Partially because there's not going to be any, and then because I just don't think it's that mass market. $3,500, you're not targeting normal people. Over the years, in the future, as the platform becomes more mature, and if, this is important, if the experiences created by third-party developers lend themselves well to the platform, then I think there's the potential that everything will kind of come downstream. But what we see from Netflix and a bunch of other companies is they're like, we're interested, but we're just going to run our iPad app on this for a while and figure out what's going to happen with it. And that's probably a good move from a business standpoint, but it is kind of the chicken and the egg problem. If there's not enough applications for the Vision Pro, are you going to get people to buy the Vision Pro and, whatever. But I do think because of the price point, it is going to be bought just by YouTubers, people with a lot of money that are nerds, and developers.
Sam.
And hopefully that brings, interesting experiences over the next couple of years that will eventually come to the mainstream.
Did you say Sam or Same?
Sam. SAM.
I made a video this week about the Apple Vision Pro.
YouTuber nerds, and I said Sam.
I covered the latest updates. It's a recurring series. It's actually been super, super fun for me to make because I don't know about you guys, but I have been consuming every piece of content, reading line by line of every article about this product because I'm so damn excited to get it. I get more excited by the day. And I just, 2024 is going to be a really fun time. It's the first gen product where I've been a real YouTuber to cover. I'm very excited by the promise of what this can do. The developer kits just got released today. You can apply. I'm thinking I might try to apply.
You might want to do that fast.
The terms, by the way, they're amazing.
Well, yeah.
When you're not using it, it has to remain in a locked box.
Yeah, that is real. Of course. I wouldn't break that NDA. If I was able to get access to one, I wouldn't break that NDA. I'm serious. I'm serious. Why is Quinn laughing? I just got the new Beats early, and
but
John didn't know about that.
Beat Studio Pro are not the same thing as Vision Pro.
My point is, when there's an NDA and a brand trusts me to not share something, I'm not going to do it. It's not worth the quick buck.
That's noble. That's good.
Well, just because it's long term versus short term. I'm not going to ruin a relationship over, Apple Vision Pro hands on early. Okay, I get 3 million views and then nobody ever talks to me again.
And then everyone blocks the ads, so it's no money anyway. So
that's what I'm saying. What's the point? I think it's silly. I saw that headline about Netflix no plans to build an app for native app. Silly, stupid decision. Come on, Netflix. That's going to be one of the killer use cases.
Their app is pretty good for the Quest. But the bottleneck...
Wait. They have a Quest app?
Yeah, they have a native app where you sit in this really nice living room. There's like a fireplace. There's a TV. The only issue is the bottleneck with the Quest. It's like, yes, it looks really cool to sit here in this room and watch Netflix, but the resolution is like doo-doo-poo.
Why would they... How would you be like, we're going to make this a shitty bad experience for a few million people, but we're not going to give it to the good experience that would actually make more people want to subscribe to Netflix?
Here's the thing. I don't think it's a bad experience. I think it's an adequate experience. And this is why. You ready? Okay. 20 million Oculus users.
Yeah, for
it's not to know, but how
one.
many Apple Vision Pro users are there? 0. How many is there going to be after a year? Maybe 1 million. So they're not saying we're never going to make one, but they are going to wait and see what happens.
Yeah, like it's just not going to launch with the native app because there's only going to be 100,000 people.
For them, right. Yeah. And it's not like people are going to be like, oh, I'm signing up to Netflix even though I didn't have it before because they haven't. No.
Or because you have that $15 Netflix subscription, you're like, know what? There's an app for the Vision Pro. Here's $3,500, sir.
Yeah.
So I can watch Netflix.
And if you go back to the iPhone or the iPad or whatever, most of the apps that were on there from day one are from the little tiny indie devs that for them, a couple thousand sales will make a big difference. And so it makes sense for them to build an app out for that. And so I think that there will be good software available from day one, but I do think this, more than any other product Apple's released, save for maybe the Apple Watch, is going to be kind of a let's wait and see. And I think we'll look back at the Vision Pro in 5 years and go, wow, remember what we thought it was going to be? It was not that. And that's not to say that it won't be popular, it won't be good or whatever. But you go back and watch the original Apple Watch keynote. It's hilarious because basically nothing is the same. Because Apple didn't really know what it was for. They're like, here's what we think you could use it for. Let's just do all of it. And then people are like, no, I don't want to order an Uber from my watch. I just want a fitness tracker. And that's where it's going. And I think the same thing is true with the Vision Pro, where they're like, you can do VR, you can do AR, you can do videos, you can do 3D pictures, there's so many things you can do. And then over the next couple of years, they'll just figure out what it is that people actually want to do with the Vision Pro. I don't think they really know yet.
Yeah. 3D photos and videos are going to be game-changing. Absolutely game-changing.
on different hardware, yes.
Wait, really? I love your videos, by the way. I'm your number one fan.
Thanks.
They're
Quinn,
great.
don't
really
listen
like
to you. Know he's.
No,
this is the man that hates ad blockers and returns Apple products.
So that means That means I would return Quinn too. What?
Yeah, you return your friendship.
I would never return Quinn. John is famously not bullish on the Apple Vision Pro. I think that's a fair way to say how you feel. You're more of a bear. You're bearish.
Bearish
on the Apple Vision Pro.
I'm in the middle.
Yeah, I'm not, but like I'm just
of our guests are.
I'm bearish. Don't make me say it again, dude. I'm bearish just on the announcement, the presentation, and the current vision for Apple Vision Pro. I have all faith, you could say, in developers. I think they will save this product, but it doesn't change the fact that I'm disappointed with what Apple thinks this is. I don't want to say anything else. I don't want to argue. I don't want to yell.
But you still haven't changed your mind after all this time.
No, Sam.
Everybody remember that. Everybody remember he keeps digging. I want everybody to know I give him an opportunity.
I didn't dig this time. I just punched a little. Just punched a little dent in the ground.
Punched the dirt. You just jumped up and down a bunch. Yeah. Quinn, on day one, will you have one of these in your hand? You line it up.
I mean, if I can order one, yeah, of course.
How cool would it be for all three of us to line up together?
That would be fun.
We should do that.
Should I throw some YouTubers under the bus? A few years ago, I'm not going to say for what iPhone and what YouTubers. I went with some big YouTubers to the Apple Store for the iPhone. I didn't pre-order one. This was back in the day when like the whole website would break during the iPhone pre-ordering time, and like sometimes you just wouldn't get one. So it was for the specific iPhone. I couldn't get one, and I was like, oh man, I don't have one. And one of these big YouTubers texted me, and they're like, hey man, come out. We're all going to the Apple Store. And I was like, yeah, okay, but I don't have one. And they're like, we'll get you one. Don't worry about it. And so I went out, and we all went to the Apple Store, and we got in like 30 minutes before the store opened. There was a line of like 300 people waiting. We didn't have any order, no reservations. They just went in there like, what do you want? And that was one of the few times in my life where I'm like, I feel like a horrible human being.
Yeah, that's not how I
all
would
these
feel.
people, there were people in tents that were waiting to like coffee because it was, it was cold and they were waiting. And I'm just like, yes, I'd
Did
like
you get
one
it?
iPhone, please. And they're like, do you only want one? I'm like, that's all I can afford. But the other YouTubers like, yeah, give me 128 and 256 and black and blue and yellow and I was like, man, there's going to be no phones left for these poor people.
Wait, you
Anyway.
guys just got to walk in?
Yep.
Oh yeah,
Like
it was before the store opened. Just YouTubers that and the employees were just like, "Hey guys, love your videos," and they're like, "Who are you?" And I'm like, "I'm nobody. Don't worry about it." And they're like, "Cool. Well, you want a phone? You want 4 or 5?" I'm like, "Just one. Thanks though."
What the hell?
We did it in the business center, so maybe that was. I'm not going to say it was favoritism because it was under business accounts. And when I was buying the phone, they're like, "You need a business account in order to get a phone." And I was like, "Oh, I don't have one of those." So they helped me set it up. But it was also like, do businesses normally get to get in before the store opens? I don't know.
Yeah, it sounds like
Anyway.
they knew. Yeah.
Yeah, but now we don't have
meanwhile,
to do that
once-
anymore because there's a great system, and they just give phones to YouTubers. This was before they seeded sample units, I think. So
Wow.
this
Well,
was when all
Sam,
the YouTubers were rushing the same day to get the same phone.
Sam, fellow YouTuber, they are not excited when he walks in. The opposite.
Yeah,
He tries to give them the products back.
Bro, you make
They
it
go,
sound like
"Oh,
I
this
return.
guy
I literally haven't
returning."
returned stuff in I think 6 months. Because Apple hasn't released anything return worthy. Like, but dude, that's when people are like, he's an Apple sheep, he eat everything they give. I'll be like, I actually don't like the new HomePod. I think it sounds worse. And then people are like, it's still Apple sheep, buy everything they sell, ha ha. And I'm like, I literally said I don't like this product. when
But
that
then
was the
you tweet
unpopular
things
opinion.
like, if you use an Android phone, I can't marry you, or just like stupid shit. Your
Yeah,
Twitter
I
says
genuinely-
lead Apple Shepherd. The lines are blurred with you, Sam.
the tweet was, I genuinely could not date an Android user. Yeah.
You see the problem.
No. Quinn, what else is new? I feel like I was arguing with you and I kind of, I came up hot, but it's like I'm not really. It's hard to be mad at you.
Oh, thanks. So now you want to be my friend.
I want to be your friend.
Good. It's hot. It's very hot outside. We didn't work today. That was fun because
why?
it's a holiday.
But we got you into the office anyway.
Wait,
You
what
really
holiday
did.
is it?
I'll only do it for you. See, if that's not an expression of love, I don't know what is. Coming
Yeah,
into work
Sam.
when I don't got to work.
If
What's
Sarah
the-
DT
what-
asked you to be on her podcast, would you go to your office or would you just do it from home?
Why would we go to her office?
No, I didn't ask you.
Oh.
I'm saying, Quinn, would you have gone to your office for a Sarah podcast or is it just us?
I don't know. It depends on the day.
It's Monday. It's
It depends
today.
if she was one of the YouTubers buying all the
One
iPhones
day.
or not.
Yeah, probably. It depends if I got on from my house and she was like, "Wow, your audio sounds so crappy. Go to the office."
It was pretty bad. I'm sorry, brother, but I'll be honest.
I could have
At
fixed it.
least no. 70% of our guests come on. They're like,
Throw that in isotope and you're set, dude.
and I'm
Yeah.
like, you gotta
Beep boop boop bop.
work on that.
Is that it?
John, you're trying to leave.
I'm not trying to leave.
Yes, you are. You said it like 3 times.
There's a part that happens in conversation where it feels like the end, and instead of just going on some more, you just like, oh, I think that's the end. This was me shooting my shot. I might have been wrong.
I feel like we barely talked about any Apple news.
But I'm thinking about the audience. I know you don't think about the audience because they use ad blockers, but the show is an hour and 45 minutes.
We have not
Okay.
been here that long, bro.
There is one item of Apple news. It's not super new, but it's relatively new. Back in the day, one of the best games on the iPhone ever was called Ridiculous Fishing. Did you ever play this?
Ridiculous fishing.
No, what?
No.
It was a fantastic,
It sounds ridiculous.
amazing. It was ridiculous and very full of fishing. Great game. One of the oldest games on the iPhone. Really good. The whole team that made it like fell apart or the company went away. I don't know. Whatever. Now it is available in Apple Arcade. It's called Ridiculous Fishing EX, and it's like a remastered, updated version of the game. They've got a bunch of funny little bits and gaffs and gags. They have like fishing videos that you can watch on like a fake TikTok clone that they have inside the app. It's very adorable and a lot of fun. It only has 4.1 stars, which is no, I don't like fishing. Fish are gross. But anyway, yeah, it's really adorable and fun little game. You should definitely go check it out. It's in Apple Arcade, so it's free. It's called Ridiculous Fishing, and it's a
go
great
get Ridiculous Fishing. That reminds me of probably the single best looking Quest experience. I think it's called Real 3D Fishing, and you just sit. You get to pick your location. Fucking Japan, doesn't matter. They'll put you wherever you pick, and you're out on a boat, or you're just sitting on the side of the shore, and you're fishing and stuff, doing regular fishing stuff. But it looks incredible. Like it looks like real. I don't know how they do it, but I found it because it was on like a list of the best looking Quest games, and it consistently comes up as number one. So you got to try it. Highly recommend. Looks incredible. Looks like you're actually there.
That's what I'm a little worried about with the headset. I got to be honest with the Apple Vision Pro.
It looking too good?
No. Because just the whole games bit. I know it's not a VR headset, and I know nobody likes VR, but I love VR.
Me too.
And I know you guys both love VR.
Yeah, so I love VR a lot.
All the stuff they're showing in WWDC, they're like, look, you can play a little tabletop game in AR. And I'm like, no, I just want to play Half-Life, but like super, super high quality.
Yeah, I like a lot.
And I will not be able to do that. And so I'm fearful for the games that will be available.
I think the reason why Vision Pro is so great is also the reason why we may not have, and again, could be wrong, but why we may not have really good VR games because there's 8K displays, like if you total them up in that thing, the amount of power to push the graphics for those games and to look the way that they are supposed to look on Apple Vision Pro.
Yeah, it's true, but foveated rendering, you got the eye tracking, so that'll help. I mean, I do think there will be good gaming experiences, but I do think that it'll be one of those things where you put the headset on and you're like, wow, this is super cool. This is the future. Everyone that tried it was just head over heels about how incredibly technically amazing it is. But I also feel like many of those people were not VR gamers. Norm from Tested, did you see his reaction? I thought that was the best of the whole keynote. They bought out some, if you guys haven't seen this video, so it's Adam Savage's Tested is the YouTube channel. And Norm, I don't remember his last name, but he does all of these VR headset reviews and has for years. And his take on the Vision Pro is fantastic because he doesn't care about Apple. He's not even that like excited to have been invited to the event. It's not a big deal. He's just like, let's look at this as a headset. I look at headsets. How does this compare to everything else? And it's great because he's like, this thing is actually really amazing. This thing, everyone's fawning over this. Not a big deal. If you're aware of what is happening in the VR space, this isn't that cool. And so it's great because it's like a very measured take. And he's not looking at it from like, what will Apple do? What does this mean for the future? He's just like, there's a headset. Here's what it is. But his impressions on some of the gaming stuff was very interesting. I won't spoil it, but you should definitely go watch it. It's mandatory.
We'll also link it down in the description. Are you pulling it up right now?
If you're watching the pod right now on YouTube, you can just leave this video. Don't worry about it.
Don't play Sam. Don't play his video. He talk about for someone who has an issue with ad blocks. He was about to get nothing for all the views that you were just about to play. You're just gonna play.
This guy went to WWDC. Are you kidding me?
What is the problem?
He's very talented. He's very knowledgeable. He's an industry insider.
Instead of pirating his video, instead of pirating his video and playing it here, we will leave a link to it in the description.
Yeah, he was invited because he made the best video on the Apple Vision Pro out of everyone.
Well, I wasn't invited. That could have been me.
Nah,
I could have made the best video.
Nah,
you don't know Adam Savage.
Nah, you don't. You're no Norm. I mean, I like you. But you're no Norm.
Listen,
friendship rules.
I'm not a Norm either.
Quinn,
if I would have been invited.
I've been wanting to ask you this, Quinn.
Oh boy.
Because whether you know so or not, we've got something in common.
Yeah, we're both white 20-somethings. I'm actually 30.
Nailed it.
So
That's the
I'm not
only
even that.
thing.
And he's not even that.
Next month, I'm not going to be that either.
We're both slowly starting to bald.
I'm so
Next month, you
scared.
mean 2 weeks, brother?
Why
Yeah, you
you
didn't know you didn't know 30 was that close, did you? It's been creeping. Been creeping on you.
Don't like.
Ooh, what do you want to do for your birthday? Can we hang out and be friends?
I don't want you to mention my birthday.
Okay.
Not this
Well, it's
year.
2 weeks.
I don't want
Quinn,
like it never happened.
we
What do we
both
have in
don't
common,
get
Sam?
we both don't get invited to Apple events.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Why
do
don't
you
you?
think that
Why
is?
do you?
What-
Why don't you get
I-
invited, Quinn?
Yeah, I want to know your. Why do you?
I
do
know
you have
why
any
Sam
inside
doesn't.
intel?
I don't know. I suspect. So here's the anecdotal evidence I have, okay? 4 separate YouTubers now have reached out to me and said, Apple asked me who they think should be on their radar from an influencer standpoint. And we were actually 5 YouTubers now have said this, that have all been invited in the graces. They've been asking who should be invited, and we mentioned you, and it was really interesting because they just said, "Oh yeah, actually we're aware of Quinn. We'll keep it. We don't have space this event, but
We're
we'll keep
aware
him
of
in mind
Quinn.
for the future. Thank you." Which just means no, not that guy. Now, why does Apple hate me? I have one prevailing theory. A lot of people think it's the Hackintosh stuff. Not true. I don't think they care about that.
Okay.
A lot of people think it's that I return 1 or 2 things a year to the Apple Store. It's not that either. Just kidding. I don't return stuff. I'm morally
He would never.
upstanding.
He's a good person.
I think the reason is the iMac Pro repair debacle 5-6 years ago. They basically destroyed my computer, and I went in and I made a big video about it, and it went viral, and it's still one of my most viewed videos. I did 2 videos. The initial one that went viral, Tim Cook's executive team reached out to me, and they were like, "Hey, is there anything we can do?" And I'm like, "Yeah, fix my computer." And they were like, "Okay, well, let's see. We're going to get you situated in the store." They got me all figured out. They told me to go back to the store. And so I did. And when I got there, the store said, "Hey, would you like a new computer, or would you like us to repair the one that we ruined?" And I'm like, "Just give me a new computer." And so they did.
Yeah.
And what I think they weren't even mad about me about that. The thing that I think they hated the most was that I live in a single party consent recording state, and I recorded the conversation in the store. And it just showed how wildly incompetent their managers were. And I made them look so dumb. And I regret it. But at the time, I was like, no, you suck at your job and you're bad
Well,
at
I
this.
think that's how I found you. I think this video is how I found you.
Oh, it went crazy. It was front page of
So
Reddit.
worth
It
it.
was on The Verge.
Yeah.
It was everywhere. And I think that's what pissed them off, was not that I had a problem, not that I posted about it, but that I recorded their own employees sounding stupid and put it on the internet.
Yeah.
That was my theory. I wanted to know if you agreed.
That's
Shout out to the
my-
iMac Pro too, though. It was beautiful.
That was a
Not
stupid
that
computer, but anyway. Yeah, that's my theory. And I'm sorry. I'm a mature man now. I'll still call you out on your BS, but here's the thing. I went from like really wanting to go to feeling like persecuted because I wasn't ever invited. Now I don't really care. Like, it's nice not having to
Sam's
travel.
not there yet.
And like my videos do fairly well reacting to the keynote anyway. I don't feel like being there, having it in my hands would do that much of a difference most of the time. So I'm like,
Yeah.
it would be nice to get review units seated several days in advance. I will admit that would be nice, but it's not really that big of a deal. The other thing is I don't really do reviews anymore. If there was still an embargo and I was publishing the same time as Marquez, I'm going to lose. So what does it matter anyway if I'm a few days late? You know what I mean?
I'm gonna lose.
So,
I'm at the end of the second stage, Quinn. I'm not all the way to the acceptance stage, but
you're going through the 5.
I'm going through the 5 steps of that.
Are you in anger or are you past anger?
Actually, I've never been like angry. It's more just like, man, I love these products, and I would love to, I'd love to be there having fun. It's more
Hey,
that.
at least
I just love Apple Park. It's beautiful.
At least you've been to
It's a fun spot.
Apple Park. I've never even been there.
Yeah. Wait,
They don't
really?
even let
Yeah,
me
I've
on
been
the
blessed.
grounds. They have snipers up in the windows. But
I will
there's a
say-
little red dot right
I
on
will
the chest.
say, so just to give you a little bit of hope,
Mm.
because that's the 6th stage that they don't tell you about is, re-traumatize. The thing where you said, there's not room at this event, that is half true.
True.
Without going into things, I do know of someone that wasn't able to go for a while, and that last September event, they were told they would be at some of the stuff coming in 2023, 2024, and they got invited to Vision Pro.
That's good. A quick question. If there hasn't been room for 5 years, what's the likelihood that I get invited?
I'm just saying. Maybe
that's when this started. It was about 2018 that I started hearing rumblings that there was no love for me in the PR side of things.
I'm gonna stay. See, I'm not there yet. I'm still staying cautiously optimistic, and by that I mean
you'll get there, buddy.
I've been told that literally Greg Joswiak has a picture of me on the wall at Apple Park that's like, "Do not let this guy in."
That cannot be real.
Yeah,
Sam.
Wait, is that a joke? Are you joking or are you kidding?
No, that's real. I'm on the wanted poster. Me.
Okay.
Flava
On a
Flav.
piece of parchment paper.
He's just kidding around. I thought you were serious about it. That would be tea, bro.
The
I met Greg
Jaws
Joswiak
has-
before. I wonder if I don't think he knew who I was. I mean, I only had like 200 or 300K, I think, when I met him. So he probably didn't know.
I just
was nice
presume
to me,
nobody knows who I am. It works out pretty well.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm just saying.
I hope nobody knows who I am, because then it's just better in person if you don't.
Oh, no, Apple definitely knows who you are, buddy.
Mm-mm.
Sorry, Tim.
Nope.
Phil Schiller knows who you are. Let's get that very clear.
No, I don't. I don't recall. I don't know what you're talking about. Nope.
Bro, and then you go to, did he block you on Threads?
I don't know.
Because you taunted him there. I
didn't taunt, and I just said, can I just be like Quinn? I'm a mature man now, and
No,
I
you're
was
not.
just
No, you're
I
not.
was just extending my hand,
I want
issuing
you
a
to check.
welcome.
Are you blocked? But wait.
What?
If you both hate Elon, the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
That's right.
So maybe this
Look,
is the.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with Apple. All
What's
my videos
his
are generally
Twitter
very
or
positive.
thread thing?
I don't have beefs to squash.
Yeah.
I'm good with them.
Yeah, same. I enjoy
I'm
this.
not blocked.
I think the reversal. Oh, time to say something spicy.
Hey.
Rip Tony Bennett.
Oh, you don't follow
I
Phil Schiller,
agree,
bro?
Phil. I do now. Maybe I don't mess with a good thing, because he doesn't know yet. But when I follow him, maybe he'll know.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Apple's cool. I like them.
Wow, what a statement!
Please invite me. Please.
Remember earlier.
I do TikTok now.
Remember earlier when I was ending the conversation, and you're like, "You're just trying to leave." I was ending it so we didn't end with things like, "Yeah, I think Apple's cool."
Okay. You know what? You want me to hit the button?
Well, I want to say thank you to Quinn first, because Quinn, you made our dreams come true. Thank you for coming on kind of short notice and making this work, and
Thank you.
flying to your office to make it happen.
Oh, absolutely.
And hey, thanks
helicopter's
for-
only 4 minutes away from home to the office. So,
Perfect. Yeah. Do you
Thanks
have
for
anything
replying.
you want to promote? Anything you're working on?
Yeah. Yeah. What's the next video?
I don't know. Just kidding. Our MacBook Air review is going up tomorrow or day after. So that'll be
The
fun.
15-inch?
The 15-incher?
Yeah, the 15-incher.
Is there really enough to say about that compared to the 13-incher?
Oh, there's things to say. Trust me.
That was a trick. That was a
There's
trick
things
question.
that some people have
Snazzy
neglected
Labs
to
always
mention.
has something to
Yeah.
say.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
if
I
it's
like your
going up-
Mac Pro.
If it's going up tomorrow, this episode of Genius Bar might too. So maybe if it's up, we'll link it.
Realistically,
No,
it's
that's too
probably
soon.
Wednesday. But,
Okay.
but
well.
link it anyway.
Okay. We'll
John,
link
you
it.
have
That's
to
the
remember
great thing about
we
YouTube.
literally-
You can just go into the description. Bloop.
Okay.
Yeah,
We'll link it down
and
below.
then other things. We're working on our new channel still. That's getting really close to launching, so that'll be exciting. We
Let's
reworked it
go.
like 4
Hey,
times.
can I-
So
Can I work with you? Can I be an employee on your new channel?
sure.
You can
Can I be a
read.
guest
I
star?
bought
can
the
rename
Apple
me.
Track leak tracker from Sam for $5,000 like 3 or 4 months ago. So,
I would sell that to you so fast, bro. somebody, please take it.
Wait till you buy it for $5,000 and realize he just did it himself in like Excel.
Yeah.
Hey.
The data's already there. Just got to scrape
The
it.
data's the valuable part, bro.
I know.
Yeah. If you don't mind, I would like to. I will leave this all behind, Quinn.
Mm.
You can name me something else, Pon Josner, and
What?
I will work for you. I'll just.
Pawn
I can.
X
I'll just.
Josner.
Yeah, that's him. I'll hold the camera. I'll hold them. By the way, where is it? Hang on.
So usually at this point in the conversation, that means it's time to wind down, and we shouldn't keep dragging it on and on.
Quinn Nelson.
Exhausted. Uh-huh.
Remember when we did our event and then you got horribly sick?
Oh yeah, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay now. The Cheesecake Factory, never going back there.
Not it.
That's why you
Not the
never
move.
prepay at the
Here's the
Cheesecake Factory.
That's true. This was the night of the Apple keynote. We're working all day. I've been up since 8 a.m. We go till we finished. And this year was even worse because we're like, let's make 2 videos instead of 1 because it was such a big keynote, right?
Yep.
And we ordered Cheesecake Factory because we forgot to order until after 9 p.m. And so everything's closed except for, that. And I'm like, Cheesecake Factory is kind of expensive and not great, but it's fine. It's safe. Like, it's not like it's going to get you sick. It's like 4 minutes away from our office. We're right downtown. So it's not like it has to be transported for an extended duration of time. We get it. I got the hot honey chicken. And came with some mashed potatoes. I ate the bread. The brown bread was pretty good. And I'm eating this chicken, and I'm like, it's kind of weird.
Tastes like
but I
sick.
look at it. It's cooked. It's not glistening. I'm like, this is fine. Like, I know how to cook. Like, this chicken is cooked through. There's not a problem here. But I keep eating it, and I'm like, does not taste good. But I'm hungry. We haven't even started filming the first video, much less the second video. And so I'm like, we got to get going. I've got to shoot 2 things before 1 or 2 a.m. I'm furiously writing a script. And I finished my meal. I'm like, that was not good, but whatever. 30, 45 minutes passes, and I'm like, I do not feel good at all. And I was like, just power through it. It'll be fine. We did the first A-roll video. I'm like, we only got 1 more A-roll thing to shoot. I'm writing on the Vision Pro. I'm hyped on the Vision Pro. I'm like, all the adrenaline is keeping me writing this banger of a script. And I get through like 3/4 of the way, and I'm like, I have to go home. I'm going to die.
I gotta go home.
Horrible. And so I just sit there with like a pit in my stomach. And it's probably 12:30 or 1 a.m. at this point. And this was the other thing is I was getting done so that I could leave to come see you guys in the morning. So I had a flight. So it wasn't like I could just go to bed and I'll finish it in the morning. It's like, no. I got to get on a plane to San Francisco. And I'm just like, this does not feel very good, but it's fine. I'm going to go to bed. I got to wake up early, but it'll be okay. And I'm like, I'm going to barf. And so I go into the bathroom here in the office, and I'm like, I kneel down to the toilet. I'm like, you're okay. No. You don't have to. It's not that big of a deal. It's just a weird little Cheesecake Factory type scenario. It's the hot honey chicken combo. Did you dirty? No big deal. You don't need to barf it up. You'll be fine. I stand up, walk back to my desk, and after like 2 more sentences, I'm like, no, I'm going to go throw up. I walk to the toilet, lean down, put a little towel down for my knees because it's tile in there, and just yeeted the whole thing in the toilet. And I tried to control it because it was voluntary. It was like I had to, but when you're right on the edge, but you're like, I can either barf or not barf. I was like, all right, it's time to do it. But then
your
I
palms
did the first
are sweaty.
one.
It's like a whole thing.
Yeah. The first one was nice and controlled. It was good. The second one, that one was unexpected. So I got some through my nose, some hot and honey chicken chunks, and that's the worst. Because you have all the acid in your throat, and then I'm trying to blow my nose to get it back. It's not coming. So then you got to go, and then you snort it back down your throat. It's real bad. So I was like, this is horrible. I'm going to die. And, it was food poisoning because, after it's like the flu, you feel like crap for several days. Even stomach flu, like, nah. But you barf. If you have food poisoning, you throw it all up. And after like 30 minutes, you're like, I'm going to be okay. So I just went back to my desk. I kept writing. And then about 45 minutes later, I wipe off my hair. I do my hair. I'm like, all right, it's time to shoot A-roll. In my Vision Pro video, go watch it. I don't think you'll know that I was barfing in the toilet 30 minutes.
I gotta find
I was.
Wait, that's crazy.
And they say YouTubers don't work hard. Come on. And then I went home, and it was like 3 or 3:30 or something like that. And that's when I was like, there's no way I can do this. I told you in advance. I think I told you around like 12 or 1 a.m.
Yeah.
I was like, hey,
I ran.
Barfed. I don't think I'm coming. I canceled my flight. That wasn't actually true. I didn't cancel it yet because I was like, I want to see what happens. And then I didn't end up getting home until 3:30, and I was like, no, I got to be up and on a plane in 2 hours. I'm like, no, sorry, guys.
I ran. So I was in the hotel lobby, like a few other people, and I got the text. I didn't say a word to them. I just took off. Like Sam was still up in his room editing WWDC videos, and mid-conversation, I just sprinted away from everyone in the lobby, got on the elevator, and then went to Sam and went, he's not coming.
I felt so
No,
bad.
he was so sad.
And I was
He
meaning
was
to
No,
book
it's
a-
fine.
I still hadn't booked a hotel because you guys kept telling me, don't book a hotel.
We had you a
cover
room.
man. No,
Yeah, we had a
you
room
got me
for
a
you.
room? Oh, that makes me feel even worse. You
No,
didn't tell me
it's
that.
fine.
That wasn't
Wait,
communicated.
wait.
So I was like, oh,
He didn't
John,
know
I
he had a
literally-
room?
I was
John,
no, I
I
didn't know
literally
that.
told you.
No,
What?
I don't think so.
I literally said,
Quinn,
make
you
sure
had a
Quinn
room.
knows.
Oh yeah,
Come
I
on to
didn't
San
know.
Francisco. We got you a room. Okay, Quinn?
Okay, well, I gotta go back in the threads because I'm pretty. Oh, see what I did there? I gotta go back into the messages because I don't think that was ever communicated. So I was like, "That's fine, no. I'll just book a hotel on the plane on the way to San Francisco. It'll be fine.
We
You
had
can
to
book
go.
stuff same day."
Well,
And
I
that's
also,
funny,
Quinn, I also brought you a gift.
Oh,
That
what?
Yeah.
I was so sad.
So
And I
now
woke up
I need your
and my
your
wife-
address to send it to you. I
Okay.
wrote you a little note. It's still on there.
Oh, what?
It's
on,
a
man.
4053B.
Dude, what the?
Yeah,
Come on, man.
I had it in my suitcase. I was like, I'm going to surprise him
Are
with
you
it.
kidding me? That's amazing.
But
'Cause
now
I
I'm surprising
literally-
you with it here.
I woke up and my wife's like, "How are you?" I'm like, "I feel really bad. I wish I was there." And she's like, "No, I meant about your stomach." And I was like, "No, I want to be there." I felt
No.
so sad.
Well, you can
There
be
was a-
you can be at the next one.
deal.
Funny. Funny, John.
Yeah.
John likes to make jokes. He's a funny guy now.
Hey, Quinn, you want to do an event?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
You want to do an event?
Genius Bar goes Snazzy.
There
I
you
think
go.
the only way I could ever do an event again is if Quinn was like a part of it. To be
I'll
honest.
do it.
And-
Let's hold it.
but-
we can
but-
hold
but
it
like-
at the Cheesecake Factory. We ran out the whole place.
We'll prepay.
we exclusively serve the hot and honey chicken with mashed potatoes.
Oh, it's
Undercooked
so good.
chicken.
Yeah,
Only
it's
the
good for
undercooked
the
chicken.
first 2 bites.
Dude, that's
If I go there now and I get the Quinn special, will they just hand me a plate of food poisoning?
Yeah. They'll be like, "Oh yeah," they'll be like, "Here you go." We rub some feces
yeah, we
on it.
missed
That's the worst
you.
part is knowing that like it wasn't undercooked, so that was definitely someone pooped and didn't wash their hands too good. That's how it happens.
Somehow you like just made it so much worse right at the
Yeah.
end.
It is worse.
It is worse. It
Now
really
you know
is.
how I felt when I was kneeling
Yeah.
down, had mashed potatoes in my nose.
Oh
No.
my god, bro, that's awful.
What a tragic situation.
Dude, that's the most like YouTuber thing ever though. Like you got back and you filmed the video after.
Yeah,
You
dude,
gotta.
There's no backing down.
I mean,
come on.
But that's what I'm saying. That's the parts of the career that they don't see. They don't see you barfing over the toilet and then recording 30 minutes later.
That's
Like
right.
most people would go home from work.
Yeah, beauty's pain. How am
Yeah,
I going
most
to get
people-
those AdSense dollars if I'm not publishing videos? You know
yeah,
what I mean?
most people can go home from work after they throw up because someone else will just take their place, but no
right.
one can be Quinn.
See, this is it. If there weren't so many people using ad blockers on your channel, you could have gone home because you'd make enough money.
And on that note,
I could have
God.
taken my own PJ to the event later in the day when I woke up feeling okay.
Dude, have you ever been on a PJ?
No,
a who? Oh, private
I've
jet.
private-
Is that-
He doesn't even know the lingo. He's not there yet, Quinn.
you have?
We'll get
You
him
been
there.
on one?
No, I want to. I want
Oh
to.
yeah, no,
I've never been.
on one.
That'd be sick. Guys,
My-
follow at Quinn.
My
It's
dad
at
has a
Snazzy
friend
Q.
who's done
Snazzy.
very well for himself. And he doesn't own the PJ himself, but he like shares it. And they go on golfing trips and he's like, "Hey, let's just take the jet." And my dad's like, "Okay." And he's like, "Yeah, so with fuel it'll be like $2,400." And my dad's like, "Oh no, I'm just gonna fly Delta. Thanks though." If I have to pay for the
Dude,
PJ,
2,400 to fly
going on.
private? I'm
just
doing
flying
that
down.
so fast. That's such a good deal.
No, Sam.
That's like just above first class.
No,
I
it was
hope-
Salt Lake to Palm Springs. You know, if you're Diamond Medallion, you book a Comfort Plus seat for $250. First class is guaranteed. See,
I mean, you're right.
I hope you get on a private jet owned by the Cheesecake Factory and you get food poisoning, Sam.
I demanded it. Oh, that would be
What?
good on a jet.
That would
On a
Bro,
jet.
that sounds like-
There's no
I
I've
was
escape.
barfed on
in-
a plane before. It's not good. You don't want
Wait,
to do
really?
What is that? Just your thing? Do you just throw up a lot?
that.
in
No, I
places?
never throw up. That's the thing.
Yeah, you don't strike me as a thrower upper.
I've been around kids lately. You know, kids are dirty. I don't have any.
They
but
are.
My nieces and nephews, I love them. But I married my wife, and their whole family was getting stomach flu like 3 times a year, and I was like, "What?"
They're
I
like little
barfed, like, 4
disease
times
goblins.
in my life. Like I do not throw up, And then
Yeah.
I barfed like 3 times in the last like 2 years. I don't know why.
just looking at them.
Just getting me. Yeah, it's just getting me.
They're bringing whatever they had, whatever they caught from school
Poop
into
from
your
the
house.
kids and from the Cheesecake Factory. It's always poop. Just remember that when
Are
you're
you
barfing.
gonna?
It
Are
was
you gonna
probably
create
poop.
life? Are you gonna create life one day, Quinn?
Create life? Oh, that's a really weird
Yeah,
way
have
to
a
say
child.
It.
Yeah, why did you
Um,
say that like that to his
yeah.
face?
I hope to
Oh.
have children here soon, if possible. You know.
Ooh,
He hopes
is
to
that a
create
teaser?
life soon.
You know.
That's a teaser, bro. New kid dropping.
Oh yeah.
Soon?
Well, no, I wouldn't go that far.
A little
but-
snazzy.
Could be dropping. Who's to
snazzy.
say?
That'd be sick. I'm excited. Well, I'm excited for
Very-
you and your
very-
children.
For whatever it's
Interesting
worth, this is
information.
not. We're not pregnant. This is not. A pregnancy.
I
Did
know,
you
I
just
know.
leak it? Is
No,
your wife gonna be
no.
pissed?
No, I'd hope not, because as far as we're aware, we don't have a baby. In the
It would also
But-
be a link to Quinn.
Quinn, if you're denying it to my face
be a
right now, and
future
then
teller.
like 3 weeks from now, you guys put out an official announcement, I'm gonna be upset.
You won't hear nothing.
When he zeets the child.
When
is
he
gonna be-
zeets.
No, that's great. Quinn, we love you. You're the best. You're
Thanks,
a
guys.
great dude. I want to meet you. I don't think we've met in person before.
No, I haven't met either of you.
Yeah,
in
we gotta
person.
do that.
That was the whole point
Well-
of going to San Francisco.
Here's what's gonna happen. John and I are
And
gonna
then
studio in
Mr.
LA. We'll have you out to LA when we have a studio. We'll do an in-person episode, probably early 2024, mid 2024. It's gonna be a good time.
You
When
can
have a
you
studio,
can have
you don't
office
need
space
to-
with us.
You don't need to get me out there. I'll just come. I'm so close.
Wow.
I'll be over there. You know.
You
I'll
can
go out
have
and see
space
the
in our
world.
office and come work there every day.
Yeah, you
That'd
could
be perfect.
you could buy one.
So
You
nice
just-
little
only
commute.
like
Take
a-
the PJ.
Just take
Salt Lake to
yeah,
LA.
just take
It's
the
like-
PJ.
Yeah, especially if you're in like Claremont, I can fly in there. That's like an hour and 20 minutes. No big deal.
Damn, that's
that
On the
down, boom, boom.
PJ.
Yeah.
all right. We love you, bro. Thank you. I'm glad. I forgot I was mad. I'm still mad. Don't.
No,
always
nobody's
stay
mad.
Everybody,
You're not mad.
stay mad.
You're
We
just
love you
kidding.
guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening, and we'll
Love you,
see
bye.
you next week.